Oh, yes, sir. Just know you got the best corner coming in.
No. 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 Good finish. Good. No. That was pretty.
What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James in Izzy Mukuamu streets. As you see him right here, this is a little workout video a couple years ago. Putting in work. He's been put on ice, baby. Need to get him back on the field, dog, because he's a 6'4", 212-pound unicorn. Proof? Show you right here. Look at that. How many dudes is doing that? And he said he one of the best coming out. He hasn't got a lot of opportunities. I'm going to talk a little bit about after this video. But the kid is a playmaker. Can play inside, outside, safety. You see right here. This was, I believe, 2023 when he had like 2 or 3 interceptions in the preseason. We were all talking about him. I think it might be 22, 23. But a couple years in a row, he was picking off interceptions everywhere in the preseason. We were like, okay, we about to see some real Izzy right here. And then all of a sudden, he was gone. And then you didn't see him no more. And he just disappeared. But this is his year. This is his time. And he might be that X factor in the secondary this year. What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in these streets. This boy putting in mad work. He at the job. One of my associates called off today, so I'm just running the store by myself. Done dropped 2 videos already. Make sure you go check them out. Kyer Elam, I really like that video, and George Pickens. Please check them out, like them, support them. We really like you to do that because, hey, we're trying to just go hard in these streets and grind. So here's another one I'm dropping, and this one is Izzy Mukuamu, X Factor. I mean, we've been sitting there wondering what is going on with Izzy. He was with the 21 class when you had Osa, you had Micah. He was with that class, and 6th round draft pick. 6'4", 205 pounds when he came out, 212 now. And he played safety at South Carolina. He played outside corner. He played in slot. I didn't really see him playing a lot of slot in South Carolina. I actually did a breakdown on him. You can go check that out way back in the day in 21. I did a college breakdown on him and had high hopes for him. Like I said, I don't know what kind of happened. I think it was a couple of years ago. He was very impressive. I think that's what the highlights I was showing you, where he had a couple interceptions, and you were getting very excited about, okay, Mukuamu might finally get a chance. Mukuamu finally might get work. And then all of a sudden, you know, nothing. And that was Dan Quinn's guy. That was Dan Quinn's pick. So you kept on wondering, why is Mukuamu never getting no real work in the system? Was it because they couldn't find a position for him? What was it? And we all been sitting here in these streets frustrated, because we understand that when it came to Mike Zimmer, that's not your guy, right? Mike Zimmer didn't draft no Izzy Mukuamu. Dan Quinn and them did. So when Dan Quinn left, there was no loyalty, right? And when you seen Zimmer come in, you know he kind of was going to lean more on these veterans more than anybody else, or more known. And also I feel like, you know, with Mukuamu, I feel like, you know, Dan Quinn kind of had his favorites, and once he had his favorites, you weren't kind of getting in that rotation, because remember, there was Diggs there, Bland came in, you had Gilmore, you had Jordan Lewis, so a lot of people in front of him, but I still saw potential, and you would see it every time he got on the field. He would make some kind of play, and you're like, why is Mukuamu not getting in the game? Especially last year when Andrew Booth. Sorry, I don't even want to start trashing no players, because that's just not the right thing to do. But Andrew Booth, oh my God, he did not play good at all. Was getting burnt like toast. You feel me? Was not a good player. He was a 1st round draft pick. Was Booth a 1st round draft pick? Because there ain't no way in hell he was, the way he was playing. And he was getting more burned than Mukuamu. But you did trade for him. So obviously, I remember I talked about with Kyer Elam, whenever they trade for you, when the Cowboys trade for you, you're going to get a longer leash than somebody who came over in free agency. That's just the way it is. So maybe because they traded for Booth, he was going to get first dibs. And because he played under Zimmer, I believe with the Vikings, he was going to get the first dib. He was his, I don't know if it was his favorite, but there was familiarity. And it just seemed like Mukuamu's skills are just getting done by the wayside. Now, also, we did the final word yesterday. And I did say that I thought they did it on purpose, keeping Mukuamu on the bench, because now you're depreciating his value in the streets, and ain't nobody gonna go after him because he ain't got no good tape. He don't have no good tape on him showing what he has done and what he can do. And ain't nobody going to offer him no contract because he wasn't getting no playing time. And so I felt like the Cowboys kind of kept him on ice. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but that's what I felt. They kept him on ice. They kept him on the bench. And knowing that he was going to have a last year and there's not going to be a market for him because if he's not playing, there's not going to be a market. So you're going to re-sign. And that's what he did. He re-signed for, I believe, a one-year deal. So hopefully he can turn up and really, show something this year and maybe get another contract with the Cowboys or, just kind of show what he's made of. Because we all been waiting to see what Izzy can really do on a full-time basis when he's really getting some serious burn. I mean, when you look at the highlights, when you look at how he's played, you're like, why isn't this kid not playing? Could be more than that. And, recently you just had George Pickens. Everybody's been in the media. George Pickens been going crazy in training. I mean, minicamp. Ricky ain't been going crazy, tearing up everybody. Izzy Mukuamu jumped out there and said, not so fast, my friend. It was even in CBS Sports. He said, nah, dog. Yeah, he got that one, but I've been locking him up. Okay, I like that. That's what I like to hear. Ain't no other corners came out and said a damn thing. But Izzy came out and said, okay, yeah, he did a little bit, but he wasn't doing that to me. I was locking him up. That's what I want to hear. That's the kind of competition and spirit I want to see from these players on the offense and the defensive side of the ball, especially Izzy Mukuamu, because we've already been talking in the streets that we've already mentioned Stephen Gilmore. I still say get Stephen Gilmore, even if you got Izzy. We talked about it yesterday on the Final Word. You still need cornerback help, right? I'm cool with Gilly because I don't think you can get a Jair and I don't think you can get a Jalen. I already said you ain't getting Jalen Ramsey, but I don't think you're going to just do a Jair Alexander. Get that Gilly, okay? Because that guy can really help this defensive back room. He can be your X factor, Izzy, because like I said, he can play outside, he can play in your slot, and he can play some safety. You get what I mean? Obviously, you got Wanye and you got Marquise Bell, who I definitely feel like those were the young pups, and I was suggesting that they play a lot more last year, but that was a Zimmer thing. But now, Izzy is the X factor. I like Elam. He was a first-round draft pick. Let's see what's happening with him. We know what Bland brings to the table. Izzy is the X factor. Because if he can bring his game up and his level up, now we're not talking about the cornerbacks. Because Ravel, who's injured, Diggs, and Butler. So you need a Izzy to come through and really show you because he has all the makings and all the tools to be a good player. Now you just got to get the burn to show it. That's what we're all waiting for, and I hope this happens this year in camp. He gets a fair shot, and we can really see what he can do instead of this running out and going to get an extra defensive back. Izzy, step your game up so they can go ahead and show. So you can go ahead and show what you're made of. You know what I mean? So we'll see. That's kind of my thoughts on Izzy Mukuamu. He's the X factor. He's a guy that could really be a sneaky guy because everybody's been wondering about Izzy. Everybody kind of been talking about Izzy. Now, hopefully, this is his time to really show what he's worth. And hopefully he can do it in 2025. That's my thoughts. Big Game James, we going hard in these streets today. 3 videos a day, we going hard. Watch the video all the way to the damn end. Stop hating. Watch the whole video to the end. We out. Peace. Big Star Show tomorrow. Told you. Tuck, Wrong, everybody. We getting them all in here. It's Cowboy time. Let's get it, man. Peace.